Ah.
Oh, it's still foggy here.
It's still super fogsome. Morning. Welcome to day 2. How was your night's sleep?
Surprisingly good. It was quite comfy. Your hand-me-down roll mat sorted me right out.
Good. We're trying to get some beautiful time lapse of this rolling in clouds, although this over here is starting to get a bit ominous. This is coming our way.
That is getting very ominous, actually. Now that it's coming in quite fast.
You know what it reminds me of?
I feel a bit like...
It reminds me of Muppet Christmas Carol when the ghost of Christmas Future appears and that fog just rolls in really quickly.
I mean, that is coming in at pace.
We might have a very short amount of time until we're engulfed in cloud. Plans for this morning are a bit of breakfast. Way over there are a couple of hiker friends. We've had a little wave to each other this morning. Oh my God, you can see how quickly this is coming in. This vlog could end a lot sooner than we thought. Wish us luck. Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, get them going.
This is dangerous. We tried to cheat, put the beans straight on the stove. I'm just worried it might be a bit unsafe to just go wandering into the fog, but then we can't just sit here all day.
No.
It's not what we come for.
Definitely not. Not here to sit all day.
But then on the flip side, if we leave the camp up and intend to just come back here after a shorter walk around, what if we lose the place?
Yeah, I genuinely do think there's a chance we could lose it.
As ever, my trusty MSR Elixir 2. Inside, I'm on my Robins Serac 300. And on top of my Thermarest, Mr. George has taken my old Rab Ignition 3 and is on the Van Gogh Trek Compact. How did you find the kit, Mr. George?
Very good, yeah. It was very warm. I actually woke up a bit too warm in the night, which is a good sign.
Pack-wise, we've got my Kestrel 48. Love that bag. The other bit of kit that you might have noticed I'm using that I haven't used before is this very GoPro I've got. I've got a GoPro Hero Max. Having bought second-hand, you can probably tell by watching that the lenses are a bit scuffed. Someone's clearly used this on some skiing trip or something. But that's enough of kit. Now the cloud is starting to lift a little bit and we're just gonna go for a walk, go for a wander and maybe find a second place to camp for tonight.
See where we end up.
See how we end up. Let's go. Hello friend, how are you? And hello other friend, how are you? are really hitting the mountaintops now. That was a bit of a steep one, but we made it.
Just about.
So we are currently on this flat bit here.
Yep.
We either go back the way we came, or we turn right here and follow the river back down through the sheepfolds, and we can kind of see this path go along this valley a bit, and either go uphill up this plain, or we stay on the lowlands and follow this path you see along there and camp kind of similar to where we were. But we do none of that and just find something else to do.
Just go home, mate.
Just go home.
Just find something else to do.
We either
Be
take the
nice.
high road or the low road. But I'll get to...
We've got to get to Magadan.
We've got to get to Magadan, Charlie.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Wow.
You're starting to seep into Owen Wilson a little bit there. Wow.
I need a bit of Ewan from you now.
Okay, no, you need to ask the question.
Okay. Ewan, what are you doing?
I'm looking at otters.
Oh.
Look, there's a wee baby one.
Oh, that is fantastic. We worked it out and then we did it.
We worked together as a team. I loved it. I'm excited. I'm excited like a boy. I'm excited. Any form of plan seems to have completely fallen by the wayside. We're very much playing it by ear now. We followed the river for a bit, we crossed it, then had to cross back a couple of times. And we're kind of just playing it by ear at the moment, basically. Seeing what takes our fancy, but kind of sort of wending our way back towards the main part of the Eskdale Valley. It's very pleasant. We've got a bit of an update for you. George got a message to his phone, which means at some point in the last bit of walking, he got some cellular data. What that means for us is that if he can get it again consistently, he can hotspot it to my phone, we can download the DJI app and get our drone up in the air to film this beautiful landscape. So he's currently making his way to the top of that hill, valiantly making efforts to get us some data. I know how some of the people in the comments feel about coming to the wilderness to get some data. We've spoken about that before. But you know, who doesn't want to see this beautiful place from the air? That's what I was most excited about to film. The signal situation was a no-go. For now. George is optimistic still.
We had a moment.
That's his default position. Yeah. Oh, this is the ground. It is like a sponge.
Sponge or a bloody dame cake, you know, with all these bumps.
Dame cake?
You know, like the kind of cake you get at IKEA. Ever had that? Lovely.
Does anyone know what he's talking about? A cake from IKEA?
You get it in the restaurant. It's
Is
got
it,
little
is it very moist?
Dame pieces in it. And
Do you mean dime?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Mystery solved, people.
Sorry, there you go. I'm learning new things every day. Either way, it's got a very...
Either way, the ground is
It's got
moist.
a very ridgy top. Moist or ridgy.
If you're ever thinking of coming to the lower southern eastern Lake District, be aware that the ground is both moist and ridgy. Hope you're enjoying this quality content, people. We do it for you. I feel like this could be the sort of the last scene in Snow White, you know, the Disney Snow White, where the dwarves are at the top, pushing the rock down onto the witch.
Push that down.
Do you want to try? You're not going to be able to shift that. Not an inch. It did take 7 dwarfs. So that's 3.5 people. Stopped for a wee break. Not a wee break, but a little break at this rather gorgeous view. It's just quite helpful to be able to see the landscape from above and plan your route just by looking at it for miles. I think our plan might be to head down around Great Moss over to the River Esk and make our way along the river and find somewhere suitable around there. Definitely both been sat here for about 10 minutes, completely fooled that this rock is a sheep. How's it looking? Why? Why? Good point. We have had a delightful day wandering the hills and dales. We made our way back along the River Esk, which is a stunning river. And I can see why so many people want to walk up the river, because you face all those spectacular waterfalls face on. And I'm tempted to come back here quite soon to have a swim in those on a hot day. But right now we've actually sort of made the loop so far around that we were almost on top of the bridge again and back where the rivers meet and back at the head of the valley. And we didn't want to head that far back for our second night of camp. So we're now looking around at this deceptively bumpy landscape for a decent place to pitch for night 2. Oh, he's curious. We're both flagging a bit, but after much walking, and we've actually found ourselves almost bang on where we started this morning.
I kind of don't want to camp back there as a point of principles because we packed everything up. So yeah. I think...
Yeah, so that mound there was where we camped this morning. Well, we got the tent up. Let's not face the wind. Okay, so we got the tent up. That was a bit ferocious, wasn't it? So we got the tent up. We were going to be a bit more elaborate with it, same as last night, but it started to rain, so we just had to whip it up quick.
It's windy.
It's windy.
Well, I think we might be hitting the
delirium stage.
Just a little bit.
Just ever so slightly. Anyway, we got the tent up. So we got the tent up.
We
do have the tent up. We do have the tent up. We've got lovely views. We've got sheep friends. And so we are going to now get some food on. Did you get a toy?
I got a little toy. Do not eat.
Oh,
that looks delightful. Yours is considerably drier than mine.
Well, it's got like bread in it.
Yeah.
And so it's like reconstituted the bread.
I think you might have put slightly less water in than the level.
That I probably should have, yeah.
No, but maybe that's the key. That's the key.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
That's what we like to hear.
If it wasn't £8.50 a pack, I think I'd whack a few in my cupboard for the maybe like a really bad hangover day or just really lazy day.
Well, you'll be glad to know that our sort of delirium has worn off.
Just about.
Bit of food and a cup of tea does wonders.
It's been a success.
I think it's been a roaring success, this camp.
And the only time I was feeling it a bit was that finding today's spot, camping spot. There's just no flat ground here. The ground is either, well, if it's flat, it's very, very wet and damp, soggy, or it's just full of these kind of little grass tufts, and they're too much to flatten. So it's just constantly lumpy ground everywhere.
I know, nature, right?
How dare it?
Probably quite an early start tomorrow. We had no signal come to us all day.
At one point, my phone did say 4G, but
No success, but I have to say, I will probably come back here at some point in my life.
yeah.
Because this is, of the camps I've done so far, this is the most droneable place that I could possibly imagine, and was in fact one of the main reasons I had for choosing this camp. So I am trying to hold back the bitter disappointment of not being able to film this beautiful landscape from the air. We're going to eat our meals, have a cup of tea, enjoy the last of the light and the landscapes, and then see you in the morning.
Rather windy out there.
It's a little tad windy. It's a wee bit choppy. We've had a bit of a blustery morning.
That's an understatement.
So we ended up having a little cookout in the tent. Despite it being beautiful sunshine, I feel this is the first real, like, solid sun we've got. A bit of grass.
Bit of grass. That's all right. Return it to nature.
Last night, sleep was a little bit colder, a little bit impossible to get to sleep with the wind.
I slept relatively well once I got to sleep. I don't know how you did. Other than, I think, the wind occasionally waking me up because the tent was hitting me in the face.
Was it?
Yeah. And doing a full twist around in my sleeping bag and waking up with my face facing the hood a bit and being a bit freaked out by that.
So this morning the plan is strike camp, make a gentle wander down the valley back to the car.
Maybe the signal will come and the wind will stop and the sun will stay out.
Maybe.
And we'll get enough for one beautiful drone shot.
The stars will align and everything will come right. Ah, maybe one day. Anyway, right now we're getting nice, big and strong, eating our porridge oats, and gonna head out.
Can't wait. See you shortly. This is good.
Well, there we are. And I'd like at this point to ask George
Yes.
a summary of your first ever wild camp.
A summary.
Off you go.
Emotional or practical, you know?
All of it.
Oh, I love it.
All of it.
Well, emotionally, it's been a delight. I feel like we've had a kind of sprinkle of all the different things. We've had wet weather, we've had insane winds, we've got some lovely sun, we've had fog, we've had proper home-cooked food, we've had rehydrated meals. But overall, it's been a real joy and sort of reminded me how much I love hiking in general with a new added twist. Absolutely. And thank you for having me, Jonah, and for providing all the stuff and making it so easy.
And with that, thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, please enjoy my others as well. And
We'll see you again.
See you next time.
Where will we go next?
Nobody knows. Bye.